To use the pH meter, you will need a pH buffer of 4, 7, and 10, and make sure that each one has a stir rod. Of course, the pH meter, a hot plate that has a stirring function, your sample, and some chem wipes. So you can turn on the pH meter just in the top left. While it's turning on, you gotta make sure to take the this bottle off of the probe, and then just set aside. I just put it there so that it won't spill, and you can move the cap up. And anytime the probe goes into a solution, you're going to want to wash it, and always wash it before you use it and after. After you wash it, gently dab it with a chem wipe to dry it off. When you turn the probe on, this menu will appear. You want to hit calibrate. And now you can put the first buffer on, which will be the 4. You can just press down and the probe will be held in the solution. And then I'm going to turn on the stir rod. Depending on the size of the stir rod, you might have to mess with the speed. Now we just wait for the pH meter to stabilize, and in this mode it will automatically detect the pH buffer we're using, in this case 4, and it will wait for the stabilization to happen, and then it will finish like that. When this happens, you hit calculate and then save, and then you can take the probe out and wash the probe. Put the next buffer in. Hit calibrate, and then just wait for the 7 buffer to finish. Just like the 4, when it's done, you hit calculate and save, and then swap out the 7 for the 10. When the 10 is ready, just hit calibrate, and then wait for the 10. When 10 is done, calculate and save. Now you are ready to measure your sample. With your sample, you can choose to stir it by hand while the probe is in it, or put a stir rod in. So once you have it on the plate and the probe has been cleaned, you can insert it. And on the probe, you can hit read, and now the pH meter will begin to read the pH. While this A is blinking, it is reading, and it will stabilize, and when it does that, it will beep, and it will give you the final reading. Okay, when the reading's done, the A has stopped blinking, and it indicated that with a beep. It shows you the pH, and when you're ready to do a new sample, you're going to want to swap out the sample itself, clean the probe, then hit save, and then read whenever you are ready for the next one. When you are completed with all your samples, just make sure to wash the probe. You can turn the pH probe off by holding the off button. And after washing the probe, you can put this bottle back on and you're done.